Texans, Stefan Diggs tears his ACL out for the season. How is that going to affect how the Texans go moving forward, especially with Nico Collins hurt? But Nico Collins should be back here soon. What do you guys think the Texans need to do now?
Well, I think Tank Dell's about to get himself a load of targets, something that's been lacking this season so far. A lot was made out of the connection between Tank Dell and um, why am I blanking on CJ Stroud's the connection between Dell and Stroud,
Yeah,
and
last
that
year,
actually
yeah.
scared me off of Nico Collins and Stephon Diggs this year. So I think we're going to get to see a lot more of that.
And I think CJ Stroud, they said build your dream team, and he put Tank Dell on his dream team. So I know he
why
likes
wasn't
Tank Dell.
so? I guess obviously Diggs and Nico were on there too because he was really passing it to them and Tank.
Well,
I drafted Tank and Tank was like no, he wasn't even getting snaps.
I don't think
maybe you
either
think
of
they'll
those
get
were on his dream team.
Couldn't get
Go
on the
ahead.
field.
But I will say also wheels up for Dalton Schultz. I think he's going to get more targets now. But definitely wheels up for Tank Dell. I think both those guys have a great outcome, especially with Marty Guys, Joe Mixon. Those are going to be the trio that's seeing a lot of work this year for the rest of the season until Nico comes back.
Deacon, what do you think? You want to play devil's
I-
advocate? Is it worth a trade, Deacon?
I don't think so. I mean, I kind of like that connection between Dell and Stroud. So I would say just let it ride.
No, I think you're right. I think just
Well,
let it rip.
given what the Ravens paid for Deontay Johnson, though, I mean, if you can get a deal like that, sure, why not?
Yeah.
Well, I think that if Nico was going to be out for the rest of the season, would make a trade. But like you're going to have Nico come back, and you're going to have Tank Dell. Like you can, that's pretty good.
This is
And
football.
you don't need to replace Diggs.
This is football. There could be more injuries, so you need depth. And if you could pick up something like Deontay Johnson deal, where you get a prime candidate for the low, yes, but no, I don't think they need to sell their farm to bring in a hotshot player.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think the one player that I think teams should be looking at is Naylor over at the Vikings. I think he's playing really well with his limited touches, and he's actually blocking pretty good too. So I just think he could help out a team, and they just underutilize him there. But I don't know what kind of deal you'd have to make to get him. But
Would the Vikings trade him if he's
I
playing
mean, the
that
thing
well?
is,
I mean, the Vikings
he's a
are the best
he's
team
a
in the league.
yeah. I mean, I think the Vikings. I mean, they would only make a trade if it worked well for them. Maybe they get a defensive piece that helps them. I just think they're not using them right now as much as they could be, or other teams could. So it would just make sense that you could.
Gotcha.
Okay, but I get what Eric's saying with depth. I mean, you don't want. I mean, they could use him if anyone gets hurt. They could use him. I want to give